Hi everyone, it's Barry here from Mitosu Crafts. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you for joining me for this month's Stampin' UK video hub. The theme for this month is scrap, so it's a good opportunity for you to go through your paper and cardstock stash, grab out all of your little bits of scrap papers and make some projects with them. So this is a video hop as well, so links to everyone else in the video hop can be found down below in the description, so do make sure you check them out at the end of the video and have a little look at what amazing projects everyone else has come up with. Myself and Jay are independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, so that means if you see anything you like, then you can purchase those from us. So if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Netherlands, Austria, Belgium and Ireland, you can now purchase stuff from us. So again, links to our online shop can be found down below in the description as well. But enough of me waffling. I think what we will do is we will crack on with the demonstration, and let's show you what my idea is for using up some scrap paper. So sit back, relax and enjoy. So here we have it. So I have got my scraps right here, right in front of me. So I've got a collection of Bright and Subtle's cardstock. I've got a few bits of black and white in here as well for some stamping and some embellishments, but this is what I'm mainly going to be using up my scraps with, and I'm going to be pairing that with the Timeless Arrangements stamp set and dies. Mainly the die, because there's a particular die in here as well, and some of the flourishes which I'm going to be using from the dies here, and I'm going to be using the sort of sentiments. There's a load of sentiments on this one here, so you can have a little look at those close to there. There's got lots of sentiments on that, and I'm going to be using the thank you for this one on the stamp set. But the dies and the stamp set go really well. Obviously they are a bundle, so they work really well with each other. So let's just show you what they are in here. So it's all a little bit all over the place at the moment. This is the die which I'm going to be using today, along with this smaller rectangle as well. I'm also going to be using these flourishes here and here for this particular one. Okay, what we're going to do is I am going to cut using this bigger rectangle. As you can see, I've already done some preparations. I'm going to cut lots of rectangles out of all of these colours. So I've kind of like got Azure Afternoon, I've got some Balmy Blue, I've got Highland Heather, Berry Burst, Melon Mambo, Pumpkin Pie, I've got some Garden Green, Lemon Lime Twist, Flirty Flamingo, got a bit of Real Red going on in there as well. So that's what I'm going to do. So what you need to do is you just need to cut lots of these little rectangles out. I'm going to cut a smaller rectangle out of the black one, and I'm going to cut myself out, as you can see, I'm going to cut myself out some of these flourishes in the white right here, like that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut approximately 14 to 15 rectangles in all of these scrap pieces like that. And just like magic, ta-da! There we go, we've got them all here. So I've got a selection of all of these colours going on. So that's what we've got. Let's show you the colours. Great way of using up your scraps. That one, and get the black in there. And I have also got some white pieces right here as well, which I've gone ahead and I've gone and cut out in preparation for this video. So let me just pop all of these to one side. The other stuff which you're going to need as well is you're going to need some basic white, and you're going to need to, I may use the black, I'm not sure yet. I've prepared it if I want to, and I've got myself some card base. I may change my mind at the end of this. I brought myself out some Night of Navy as a card base as well, but my original idea is I'm going to be using basic white thick here, and this is cut to 14 by 21, scored in half at 10.5. I've got myself another piece of basic white here, which is measuring 14 by 10.5, which is the same size as the front here. Now I'm going to cut that down at the end, but that will make sense later on. And the black is to matte and layer if I decide to use it, but I may use the Night of Navy card base. We're going to work on this one first here. And what I'm going to do is I've got myself the adhesive sheet, okay, something which we have got lots of. Forget to use them an awful lot, but this is perfect for this particular technique. So I'm going to grab out my adhesive sheets, and I'm just going to cut this down to, I'm going to cut it down to 11 by 14.5, so it's just a little bit bigger than this piece right here, and I'm going to stick it to this one here. So we will take this off, so it comes off in strips. So I'm just going to stick this on top like that, and then I'll do the next one, because I know that it's bigger as well. I know that it's going to stick on. If I miss a little bit, that's not an issue. As long as I've got good coverage going across all of it, and then down the bottom down here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm then going to then peel this off, and then what has been left is going to leave the sticky residue on the actual card. Okay, and then peel that one off as well. It's going to leave a sticky residue on there, and the final piece, which is kind of why I left a little bit of overhang, so that it gave me something to hold on to. Okay, it will get a little bit sticky, but don't worry about that, because we're going to cut this down again afterwards. If you want to, you can just put that over that bit there whilst you're working with this. What you're going to do with your scraps is you are then going to then just piece these onto your background here, okay, at an angle. So I'm going to go in starting off like that. So no glue necessary, because you've got the glue down. And then what we're going to do is we are just going to then piece this together. And I'm just going to work my way through the entire sheet, laying this on. If you find you get to the end here and you have still got some bits left over, what you're going to probably need to do is to cut some of these off anyway. And then, so if you just go around the back and then just trim some of these off, then you'll be able to use the offcuts from these to fill those last little bits up. And there we have it. So that is our background kind of like done for that part so far. What we need to do now is just need to trim this down to size, because it's bigger than we need it to be. So that's why I wasn't too worried about these edges. So we're going to cut this down. So I ideally want to take it down to about 9.5. So I'm just going to start trimming off some of these bits. Now, so you are going through double layers of card, so do make sure you push down hard on your blade just to cut through those. Okay, and we'll take it off the bottom there. So let's take that down to about 9.5. And then down to 13. So I'm taking that to a 9.5 by, sorry, I need to take that down to a 9 by 13, sorry. So 9.5 by 13 is what I'm down to on that particular one there. And then that will then be a nice matte and layer for my black piece, which I've got right here. Okay, so if I decide to use it, I may just go straight onto the white and or onto Night of Navy. So, but that's what you want to do. So that's what you want to do to use up your scraps. Just piece it, and your adhesive sheets are your friend for this particular one. If you haven't got those, and obviously you're going to be putting glue on the back of those, and it just, you could be getting everywhere. So if you've got adhesive sheets, highly recommend them. What we're going to do now is I'm going to take this piece right here, which was a scrap bit of black, which I had, and I've used a smaller die from the Timeless Arrangements. And I'm going to be doing a little bit of heat embossing going on here. So I just need to grab my heat tool, and I'm going to be doing some white embossing. So I've got my little tweezers right here. Let's grab some white stamping emboss powder and my embossing buddy. Okay, I'm just going to prepare this because I've got sticky fingers, so I just don't want to make sure anything goes on here. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment in some Versamark. Centrally in this. Use my tweezers now to take that off, or drop it like that. That's it. And then let's pour some white embossing powder on this. And then once you've done that, then go ahead and then heat set that one, okay? So there we have it. We have got our sentiment like that. And that there is going to then get popped on over here onto some dimensionals. But now what we need to do is just need to decide whether or not we are going to be using white, or if I'm going to be using Night of Navy. So this is going to go on like so, like that. Or I can have it with a black layer. I quite like it without the black actually, but a bigger white border. So we're going to go like that, and that's down. So we will stick this one down, flat down onto the card base. Like that. Grab yourself some dimensionals. And pop those on here. And we're also going to, if I take those ones off, use those flourishes, and we're going to stick these on the end parts of this thank you. So before I stick it down, I may as well just make use of that dimensional at the back there. Okay, like so. That hasn't quite gone on that one. So that's that. And then I can just back this up with a little bit of glue on that one just to stick those down a bit more. So I've got my sentiment with my flourishes on there now, and then I'm just going to stick that down like that. But before you do that, make sure you do take the other backing paper off as well. How many of you were just screaming at the screen saying, take the backing paper off? There we go. I'll pretend that never happened. And then we'll stick that down like that. Okay, now to finish this card off, all we want to do is we just need a little bit of bling right here. We'll take some of the rhinestone basic jewels, and we will just pop some of these around. So I'm going to have kind of one here, a smaller one can go up here, and then we'll have another one down here like that, and that just adds a little bit of bling to this card. And that there is a card made entirely of scrap pieces of paper which we've had in our stash, and using the dies from the timeless arrangement. So we've got the set somewhere. I don't know. Tommy's probably sleeping on it. There we go. No, there it is. It's the dies from the Timeless Arrangement dies and the Timeless Arrangement stamp set, which is available as a bundle at the moment. Use the stamp set, thank you, and use the rectangle dies and the flourishes from the die set right there. And that has created this lovely, colourful, bright, cheery thank you card. So do let me know what you think of this in the comments. Any ideas or anything which you'd like to see in the future, and we'd be happy to. But yeah, please let us know down below in the comments what you think. And also remember to hop along with everyone else with this Stampin' Around UK video hop. As I mentioned at the beginning, links to those can all be found down below in the description as well. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed that. As I said, there we go, a card using entirely used of scraps. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you again very soon, hopefully next month for another Stampin' Around UK video help. Take care for now. Bye bye.